Hey community group leaders and teachers, I hope you're doing well and having a fabulous day. Hey, I'm excited to introduce this week's Leadership Minute. This is one more tool you can have in your tool belt to lead more effectively. Throughout the month of Way, I'm exploring different ways through which pastoral care can be leveraged by each of our groups and by each of us. Ultimately, so that we foster greater relationships within our group, and as we help those relationships grow within our group, it can't help but spill over to impact other people, and our groups will want to ultimately invite other people to come in and join in the great community that we're a part of already. And so we've looked at a question of soul care. We've looked at the leader's bench. We've looked at tangible and practical issues surrounding hospital visits. This week, I want to look at what I call the 3 C's of community groups: calls, check-ins, and coffee. What happens behind the scenes with community groups is just as important as what happens when you meet face-to-face. And one of the best ways to help foster community is to start initiating conversations outside of you meeting on Sunday mornings by calling everyone on your list. If you have a big list, if you're like Adult 5, and you have a lot of people that are a part of your group or at one point have been a part of your group, I'd suggest breaking that out or doling that out to other people. Make those calls in small segments, but every week try and call at least 10 people and say, hey, how are you doing? Maybe send them a text, do a check-in, especially if people aren't engaged in the group. If they miss a week or they miss a couple weeks, text them, check in on them, make sure they're doing all right. Even do a check-in, maybe a group text on Saturday night, say, hey, just a reminder, well, can't wait to see you tomorrow. Here's what we're going to be talking about in group. Calls, check-ins, and coffee is the 3rd C that I mentioned. That's as simple as grabbing one person a week and saying, hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee? I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. Maybe if you're a male leader and you've got some new females in your group, ask your wife to do the same, or ask another leader in your group who's a female to do the same thing. But my encouragement to you is spend time investing in relationships. As you do that as a leader, other people will follow your lead and will do the exact same thing. And before you know it, you're going to end up building community outside of the walls of what happens when you get together for group time. People are going to want to connect. They're going to want to engage. They're going to look forward to those phone calls and those texts, those check-ins that you get every week as you're intentionally investing in relationship. So utilize, leverage phone calls, conversations or text messages, check-ins, even coffee to your advantage to help grow community in your group. Doing those simple things helps to foster a sense of pastoral care, a sense of belonging. But while you're having those conversations with individuals over phone calls, over texts, over coffee, be sure to ask the question, how are you doing? How can I pray for you? And follow up with any concerns that you've heard them address in the past. Doing those simple things actually go a long way to build intimacy and build community with other people around you. If you have any questions about this tip or any other tip I've thrown out for Leadership Minute, please feel free to shoot me a text or an email. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you around again soon for another Leadership Minute. Blessings, friends.